Hello good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and if you can read the title of this video, you will see that I have gotten Musashi, the Tier 9 Japanese premium battleship sister ship to the Yamato. And this is my very first battle in her, and this is a really complicated call to make on whether you should get Musashi or if you should maybe wait until either the Missouri comes back or they release the next Tier 9 free XP ship. Now, if you can tell by the sound from the video, I'm using the commander that I got with the Harakaze. She was the only other 10-point Japanese naval commander that I had, so I threw her on here. I haven't even played the Harakaze yet, so I had no idea that it actually changed the voice of your ship commander to some anime girl screaming all the time. So I apologize for that going on throughout the video. It's anytime I play Musashi, you're gonna have to hear her. But anyway, so Musashi, long story short, it's a Yamato with barely any secondaries or AA, and the guns, I think they have a 1.8 Sigma instead of 2.1, which does show quite a lot. And my original build with the ship, I'll show it to you here in a second. It was a little funky because I didn't really know what to do, because I always run secondary / AA builds on my battleship because I have a very aggressive playstyle. I like to get in there with other battleships and start trading blows very close. So I have a little bit of a funky setup, but anyway, here's the thing that made me want to change my build. These destroyers are just getting right up next to me, just throwing HE and torpedoes at me from really close range. So I wanted to build up the secondaries that the ship does have, to where if the destroyer tries that, it will cost them at least some health. Now, she doesn't have a lot of secondaries. She's got 4 turrets with, I think they're 152mm guns in them, and there's 3 barrels per turret. So that, you know, if they hit a destroyer, they're going to do a pretty fair amount of damage. Anyway, this is the build that I have now. It's the I'm Not the Hood, Damage Con 1, Secondary Mod 2, Damage Con 2, Concealment, and Main Battery Mod 3. And before, I think I had both the turret modules and not the secondary module. Anyway, this was my commander build, and it was preventive maintenance, MLG turrets, adrenaline rush, superintendent, and yeah, I was saving the other points or something else. But anyway, now I went with preventive maintenance, MLG turrets, and I'm gonna go with AFT and superintendent. I was just debating to myself on what I should do, because I didn't want to get BFT and AFT because there's really no point in that. So I do wind up getting AFT, and it does help a bit. It increases the secondary range from 7 kilometers to 10 kilometers. And like I said, they are cruiser caliber guns, so if a destroyer lingers around you enough, they will lose a fair amount of health. So anyway, after doing that, I went to put the premium consumables on the ship because I forgot to do that. And I do goof a bit here. Put premium damage control, premium heal, and the fighter on there, but I forgot to click auto resupply. Okay, so this game, I thought it was a tier 9 game, but there's no tier 10 battleships. It's tier 9 battleships and some tier 10 cruisers and destroyers. There she is again. Anyway, got a Beach Hindenburg there. He's kind of angled, but doesn't matter to Musashi. Get a Citadel. Citadel and Overpin, weird combination there. You see, the secondaries are opening up at a much bigger range and hitting the destroyers. And here, this will happen a lot with Musashi. There is an Atlanta right there. You know, you can sneeze at an Atlanta and get a Citadel, it's like the Pensacola. I'm waiting for him to either turn or get stuck on the rocks, and he starts firing at me. And oh look, he's turning. Nice broadside shot there, and nothing. A bunch of overpins, no pins, no Citadel. That was infuriating. Perfectly broadside Atlanta. he should have got nuked, but gets away with it and sets me on fire in the process. This ship is an absolute HE magnet. People want you dead in this thing. Well, here's what I was chasing. This Colorado. And perfectly broadside to me. Full broadside at him and some pins, over pins, but no Citadel. On a tier 7 battleship. Broadside to 18.1 inch guns. No Citadel. This ship depends a lot on RNG. A lot. So anyway, I'm just waiting for him to pop back up because there were some destroyers over there, but they headed back toward B. I've just been kind of going forward and back in the B cap. Ah, there he is again. He pulls a cruiser maneuver here. He was going full reverse. He slams it into the forward, but I do get a Citadel on him finally and get him down to way low health. Anyway, and then this match is what started going downhill in my first impressions of Musashi. There's a key out there at max range I just fired at, and boy, 2 Citadels, 38k, that goes half his health. And I was like, oh sweet, there we go. Then this happened. Got 4 ships here at A with me, 4 of my teammates, well 4 including me. And there's a Bismarck and an Izumo here. That's the only thing that's been spotted so far, and some type of cruiser that stays in the smoke. But I'm like, alright, fine, you know, I'm in Musashi, I'll just bow tank, slap it in reverse, do that good old maneuver, and just pin their bows until they're dead, and then we can take care of the cruisers, since the cruisers are staying in smoke and staying unspotted. But then things start to go wrong. Some torpedoes coming at us, so that means there's a destroyer there, or maybe a cruiser with a really good concealment build. Take that, take some flooding. Again, I don't have the premium damage control consumable, but here we go. This is really good right here. Pin the Bismarck's bow for 17k damage. That was really nice. And I do like the horn on the Musashi. It's not just the Yamato horn, it's that really deep, bellowy horn. And the Fiji is just, you know, sitting there broadside to Bismarck. Well, not broadside, but just sitting there to the Bismarck. Anyway, Bismarck's broadside to me. I let another salvo rip on him. There comes a wall of skill in from my right. Get a lot more damage on him there. And my damage control has just come off, but the torpedo hits the torpedo protection and doesn't do a lot of damage and no flooding. The Fiji just got sunk. The Lion is running away, or whatever other ship that was, and they start focusing on me, and I am just like, fine, whatever. I'll slam it into full ahead and just have a glorious death. That shot ricocheted off the Bismarck's turret. You know, whatever. It's a turret hit, no big deal. And I'm just like, well, all these other ships just showed up, and there is a Fletcher. And I try to delete him simply because I'd rather not die by torpedoes before my time. But just a bunch of overpins, no real huge damage. I am just burning away at this point. 3 fires, all this HE. Musashi's a pretty tough ship, if you can tell from this. Just taking all this pretty well, considering. Broadside Bismarck, get my 3rd turret out on him, get some good damage, and I am trying to get my front 2 off before I go down. And I get it off, and don't get the kill. He had maybe 15k health left. Full broadside from a Musashi. He didn't die. Anyway, I talked to that Bismarck player after, and he got down to 200 health and was mid-repair. That's the only way he lived, so okay, fine. If you notice there, we didn't kill any of their ships. Until the very end of the game, we managed to kill one of their cruisers. And I am number 1 in the team with 108,000 damage done and no kills. Come on, matchmaking. Stupid matchmaking number 2. If you notice, half my team is dead, none of their team is dead. What happened, we had 2 good groups at C and A, and everyone was to B. I don't know why. I didn't want to. I couldn't. If I stayed at, I spawned in at A. If I stayed at A by myself, I would have got annihilated in a few minutes. So, it's like, you know, fine, whatever. I'll go to B. Just whatever. And of course, the group from C has collapsed, so they're pouring into B from C. And I am now turning away because there's an Iowa there, and I don't feel like getting deleted, only having done 12,000 damage in Musashi. And I have to beach myself on this island to get turned around. And because of Musashi and Yamato's, you know, both their turrets have insane rotation times, I can't really shoot at what's behind me, because then once I get unstuck from the island and move forward, my guns will be facing the wrong way when I come around the corner and face most of their battleships. So I'm just kind of having to take it at this point. That is the most annoying thing, getting spammed by a Minotaur or a Neptune like that. Ooh, nice broadside curve first, though. I'll take advantage of that. And as you may notice, the Musashi is bouncing most of these shots, at least. So they're not doing too much damage. Walls of skill from my right and left. I slam it in full ahead and prepare to get out of B. At this point I did just turn my turrets around because I didn't care. I wanted to shoot something. This is really aggravating at this point because this is the second complete raffle stomp that I had experienced in a row tonight. Anyway, Minotaur's there and I want to delete him for spamming me, so I accidentally start turning the wrong way, but I managed to correct that before I hit the island. Sector is still going off. And come on. Do a pretty good chunk of damage to him. I wish I would have done more, though. Still am bouncing most of his shots. Most of the damage I've taken is either from HE or his shots hitting my citadel. But I'm completely running away at this point. Don't care anymore. I want to go shoot some big ships, get some damage. Again, the Curfer's still just sitting there broadside. I don't know how he hasn't been sunk yet, because my team's just that bad. Again, just waiting for those turrets to get around. They have really, really long traverse times. On fire again because I forgot to hit replenish on the premium consumables. I'm just going to stay on fire. And before my shots can connect with the curve first, I go down. Only done 26,000 damage. And I'm in the top 5, only having done 26,000 damage in a tier 10 battle. What are these teams matchmaking? Anyway, first impressions on the Musashi. It's alright, it's really tanky. Is it worth, because, I mean, unless you just have like 750k free XP laying around, you have to pay probably at least $90, $100 to get the ship. Is it worth that? If you get the Yamato, no. But if you just want to collect the ship, you know, you just collect the premium ships, I mean, it's not a complete waste of money. You do get pretty good income with it. I had some economy flags fly, and I was raking in well over 700,000 credits in some of the battles I was playing, but it's not Missouri level of income, unfortunately, but it's still more. It's a good chunk of change, and I can see this definitely probably caters to more of the snipers and mid-range battleships, but definitely not the close-range battleship players like me, because of the lack of secondaries, and the turrets do take an eternity to turn. But that they also do in Yamato, but in Yamato you just have like secondaries everywhere, and it's great. So far, you know, if you just want the ship just because it's the only premium tier 9 besides the Missouri, yeah, go for it. It's, you know, it's not like complete trash like the Roma currently is, and it's going to take a while to get used to the Sigma because I still haven't gotten used to it. I've played like maybe 20 battles in it so far. I only recorded the first 5 or so. And I'm still having to get used to the Sigma, because Yamato's got that really nice 2.1 Sigma. This has, I think it's like 1.8 or 1.9. So there's that, but I can't recommend it unless, like I said, you just want to collect it. But because I had to pay like $100 for the ship to convert the XP. That's a pretty steep price to pay, especially with this matchmaking. Like, dear God, I was furious at this matchmaking. I had to take a break, and I came back, and I think I had 3 more Ruffle Stomps in a row before I finally got a team that we won something. I don't know, this new matchmaking doesn't seem to be fixing anything. It'd be nice if, like, the matchmaking would know when someone's on a losing streak like that. It would maybe put them with a group of people that have been doing rather well for the night, you know? That'd be nice, but I don't know. I don't know how all that works. Anyway, if you like the video, drop a comment, leave a like. Boy, I got that backwards. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We want to push to 200 subs. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, because I upload daily, and people subscribing let me know that they want me to keep doing what I am doing. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one.